Hello and welcome to today's art class. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 different ways that you can use collage to create a background for your artwork. We often have scrap paper or packaging lying around, so this video offers some great ideas on how to use things like newspapers, magazines, catalogues, packaging and coloured paper to create beautiful and colourful artwork backgrounds. Feel free to skip to the background that you would like to learn more about. So to start with, you'll need to collect some catalogues or newspapers and look for the large letters on each page. Cut out a range of letters and set them aside to glue down onto your paper. You may want to use letters or numbers, or a combination of both. As you begin to glue them down, you can put them in all different directions, or you might want to have them all facing the right way up. It is really up to you. Keep continuing gluing down as many letters or numbers as you like until your whole page is completely filled. When you have finished your background, you can glue down any extra details to finish your artwork. To start this background, you will need to collect some newspapers and then start to rip it into strips. You can then tear them even further to make small sections. Once you have all the pieces, you can then start to glue them down to your page until you have filled your background completely. When you have finished, you can then glue down any extra details to your background to finish off your artwork. To start this project, you will need to have a look for the coloured sections in catalogues, magazines, packaging, or maybe even some colour paper you have at home. When you find the coloured sections, cut them out in geometric shapes. When you have a lot of different shapes cut out, you can then start to glue them down onto your paper. Continue to glue down all of the shapes in a mosaic-like pattern until your page is completely filled. Once your background is finished, you can then glue down any extra details to finish off your artwork. For this background, you will need a few different colours of coloured paper. Once you have found your paper that you would like to use, you can then start to cut out different organic shapes. Organic shapes are shapes with curved lines and irregular edges. Once you have cut out all of your organic shapes, you can then arrange them on your page and glue them down. I noticed that I still had a few gaps left on my page, so I decided to cut out even more little shapes to fit in all of the gaps. Once you have finished creating your background, you can then glue down any extra details to finish off your artwork. To start this project, you will need 2 different colours of paper. The first step is to rule some lines along your page. I am using a ruler to use as a guide to make sure the lines are the same thickness. One paper has the lines going vertically and the other page has the lines going horizontally. This is because we need some long strips and some short strips. Once you have cut out all of the strips of paper, your first step is to glue a short strip just on the edge on your paper. You will then need to glue the very end of a long strip and stick it down. The next long strip is going to go under the short yellow strip. The next short strip will go on the top and the next one will go under. You will need to continue to alternate the short strips from going on top and under, on top and under, the whole way along the page. Fantastic! All the short strips have now been glued down. The next step is to glue down the long strips. So they're going to be using the same pattern from going on top and under. The underneath one I will need to carefully pull out and layer it over the top. We then weave the paper through the strips, above, below, above, below. Continue this until all of the strips have been added. You can see that I'm now gluing down the edges of the paper and gluing it to the white background. The edges on my weaving background weren't exactly even, so I'm just going to trim them to make it look perfect. Once you have finished, you can then glue down any extra details to finish off your artwork. When you have finished your background, you can then glue down any other parts for your artwork and finish off your masterpiece. Thank you for watching and see you next time.